Hello everybody, it's Rockin' Man Powers. I have a video for you. This one's looking to be probably 10 to 20 minutes. It's on guitars, and it's uh, long story, but I'm kind of working on guitars, so this is sort of my everything else category, and I'm sort of like got my, I guess you call it Lucifer hat on, guitar repair person, so on. And I'm trying to repair these guitars. I got three of them from a friend of mine that I see almost every day at the library, who still has two of them, and we talk guitars all the time. Yeah, anyway, uh, here they are. This is the Aria acoustic guitar, the backside of it, and the Fender Skier Stratocaster. And then I have another one of these that's kind of broken in two pieces. So anyway, let's see. I've got my uh, uh, jacket on. It's National Kangaroo Day, and so I decided to wear this because it was the best garment that I seem to have in my assembly for that. There were people hopping around with tails on kangaroo tails and had their kids in pouches today, so on. Only in the United States, huh? Who else would have something like that? No, that's it's not even April Fool's Day. I just watched somebody else's video on gliding in Europe, and I think it was an April Fool's gag that sort of inspired this. And then I was looking for a place to store this at lunchtime. I share a kitchen with other people, and my brother gave me this. It's mustard. It's a long story, but it was for last Christmas, and then it kind of got lost in the works and shipping, and so I didn't get it till like summer, and then it's been kind of sitting on my shelf for a few months, and it has uh, vinegar in it. Ingredients: distilled wine vinegar is the number one, and then mustard seed, sugar, salt, um, horseradish, Belgian style cream ale, and spices. Contains wheat. Um, anyway, to make a long story short, I've watched videos on de-rusting, getting like surface rust off, and there's quite a bit on the internet about vinegar, using that to do it. And I don't have any vinegar, and I'm really sort of on a shoestring budget, and I don't really have a lot of places to store that. And because I share a kitchen and I get kind of meals provided where I'm currently living, I don't really use that in normal cooking and so forth. Um, so anyway, I thought I would kind of like try this. It's refrigerate after opening. So the plan is to actually open it, put it on the surface rest on my guitar and guitar case a little bit and see if that works. And then what I don't use, I plan to use tonight at dinner and so forth. And if there's any leftover, then probably pitch the rest and so forth. So anyway, this is the rustiest uh, deal right here, if you will, this latch. And it works. I've spent way more time on this than I care to admit. And I don't know how I got the light on. If I can light. Oh yeah, there we go. This is really a time trap. I was shopping for a guitar, and I wish I would have just kind of turned this guy down on these and just spent some money on just buying one that was ready to play and so forth. I have a StewMac order that I've kind of like writing, and it's looking like it'll be about $70 just to get the Aria acoustic guitar going. I need tuning machines. I need bridge pins. I need strings. I need glue. It's looking like a bottle of CA thin and I need like binding on it. There's areas like over here, if you can see where I have to like put binding back on. I don't know if you can see that, like around here. So I've been I have kind of a plan on how to do that, and I don't know if I'm gonna go ahead with the order or just put everything back out of my cart and do that later when I have more time and money to do it and so forth. So anyway, I've got to like set this down and open my mustard here. I didn't even think to open it. Yeah, it's looking pretty good here. And I've even got a plan to do this in such a way that it doesn't adulterate my supply here, where I'm just going to take out sort of a certain amount here, probably more than I need here, and then seal this back up again. So this part is still for human consumption here. So if you see me tomorrow, I'll probably be awfully mustardy because I have like, I don't know what's the net weight of this thing is, 0.25 ounces, and I kind of put that much. You can kind of see that I'm going to use on this, and I'm going to try it sort of on the worst places first. This is a really bad area right here. This screw right here is really bad. Maybe a little around here, but I'm a little leery about there. But I was going to try this spot and that hinge that I showed you. And then I think on this guitar part here too, I managed to get the screws out of this. They were bent. And I actually have a plan. I think that I might be able to fix this and get it playable again. But I've spent a ridiculous amount of time trying to get this screw out, which has some surface rust on it. And I just don't have the screwdriver. That's a story in itself, where I used to have a lot of really nice tools, I think even here, and they just kind of disappeared. Like, somebody's sort of helped themselves to them. So I'm going to have to buy more and hope that they last. So anyway, what else was I going to say? There was something really kind of... before I go, this is kind of just a tip where I've read lots and lots about tuning machines and shopped online, just poring over the ads for them and so forth. And what I've kind of learned, and I haven't really heard anybody say much about this, but there seems to be two different kinds of these diagonal kinds. They're sort of like the recto left, recto right, and verso left and verso right. Because the guy gave me this guitar to fix this guitar, and it doesn't quite work because you can see like the missing one. It looks like I should be able to just take this one that's right in the middle of the screen and put it right down where it's missing one here. You see the screws would line up. But the thing is, the holes don't line up. So, I mean, it would line up this way, but then the twisty deal would be in the middle of the thing where you couldn't do anything with it. So there's kind of like two different kinds of these. There's like a recto kind and a verso kind. Left regular, and left and right, recto and verso, and so forth. So anyway, I think what I've noticed, because they do sell these, it'll say they're for Fender guitars and Epiphany guitars, and these will generally say they're for foreign classic guitars, which this is exactly one. It's a Japanese 1972 Aria guitar. And so anyway, I'm pretty well sure I know which tuners to buy for these tuning machines, but it looks like I have to buy them. I can't just take it off of that and put it onto here, kind of thing. So anyway, I did this wrong. Oh, one of these days I'm going to really get good at these videos, but I was going to put this stuff on first and then do all the talking and then show you, you know, how it sat for that time. We're at 10 minutes already, and I'm just putting this on now. So unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see anything other than me just putting it on, not the wiping off part. So you have to kind of stay tuned for a future episode when I start talking about that. Just remember this when I start talking about my Aria guitar again, and I'll be talking about what the mustard that I put on the case and so on. So anyway, I'm putting sort of a generous amount on here. I like the idea of the consistency. I mean, it's, just taking vinegar in its watery, liquidy state seems like it would just sort of not really stay on the surface like a paste like this. So anyway, here's my supply here. A fingerful. So anyway, there's a little on that surface. You get the idea. I'm